All right, we're back. Been a very interesting week this week, if I do say so myself. The new toy syndrome is it's alive and well. So I couldn't think of a better thumbnail or a better picture to encapsulate this whole thing than Ralphie when he got his red rifle, well, his red rifle BB gun for Christmas. So that's all I could think about was Ralphie. So anyway, got South Coast Kane in the building. Gonna let him jump in. We're gonna get started.
What's up, dude?
What is going on?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, because I got this fancy microphone. I got this new audio interface I've been wanting, and
So you got new toys too.
They're not shiny. It's black, but it's not shiny. But I got new toys.
Yeah. Hey,
How you been, man?
Man, hey, me and Cuban Kane have been fighting a good fight, man. We've been trying to bring some consistency to the fan base. And
you're right. There he is. Oh, it's Twitter, Cuban. We in trouble now.
I'm just saying we've been trying to bring some consistency to the fan base because initially it started as, well, we don't need all these portal players. You can't build a program through the portal. And now it's like, well, you filling in holes and, filling in holes. It's like, these are not holes that y'all are filling in. Filling in a hole means that you're getting a guy for depth. You getting a guy to come in and start. I
see somebody in here got a paycheck. It ain't you, Shad. Somebody got a paycheck and a new microphone. So, I'm just saying.
Man, I got 2 turntables and a microphone, and I got a haircut. Finally got that crap cut off.
So that King's Connection check cutting is getting cut?
Oh, man.
No comment.
The King's Connection. No, but I'm just saying, it literally, listen, it literally said they need to see how the young linebackers perform to see if they need to bring in a portal linebacker. What do you mean you need to see how they perform? What does that mean? Why brag about them?
What happened to the master recruiter?
Well, you know what? I'll say this. They said master recruiter. They never said master developer. So, I mean, to their defense, I do have to say they didn't lie. Nope. You get them here. Now, what they do once they get here, a whole other thing.
1 second, sir. I will get the best available running back, DB, and D tackle in the portal. I think we're good at wide receiver unless you get him. Reading time with Cuban.
I still do not understand. I still don't understand this running back situation. I don't mean we knew the guys were injured before Henry Parrish. I don't know why Henry Parrish.
1 second. Because Mario had to kick out 55-plus Manning players who were cheeks. The turnover was too large.
That's what he said. That man put that out there in public forum.
Reading time with Cuban.
But anyway, let's get to the topic.
I'm on one today, Shad. I'm sorry. I'm on one today.
We're taking it there today. We're taking it there today. So these are the topics, right? What exactly are we getting from Cam Ward? I saw this question being brought up on For the Coaches, so shout out to those guys over there. Hey, yo, asked this question. Are we better this spring than we were last spring? Thoughts on the O-line, experience versus potential. And we have to dive into what as Cuban says, our real offensive coordinator, Coach Mirabel, what did he say about we must win now? It sounds like instant gratification to me.
Hold on, you're not going to add recruiting versus portal, and Manning versus Mario, and the class was the cover was bare, and even though
hold on, Cuban, I'm glad you brought that up because this is the last note that I brought up, right? What does it mean when something doesn't count? What does that mean, right? Yeah. So this is the definition I got. Maybe you two guys have a different definition than what this is, because I thought that narrative had died down, but I see it's still alive and well. The definition says it doesn't qualify, isn't valid, isn't considered as part of a calculation or assessment. So based on that definition, that means that the success or lack thereof success for Javonte Citizen, Jaden Harris, Matthew McCoy, Inez Cooper, Moton Horton, Jakari, Markeith Williams, West, and Najee Kelly, that means that if they're successful here, that doesn't even count. It don't count. They don't get to say that they were developed because you said that they don't count. That's what you said. But anyway, maybe y'all two have a different definition than maybe I got the wrong. Maybe I interpreted it wrong.
Be honest with you, Shad. First off, how's that little 5-star doing?
She's getting her work in. Okay. Make sure she sleeps at the right times, because like I said, we gotta get her to the WNBA.
That's right. Or you could put her in that 3-on-3 league with Ice Cube. Nah, dude. Nah.
Hold on before you finish. South Coast, I wish somebody would tell me that my daughter doesn't count for a recruiting class. I wish someone would tell me that as a parent.
Hey, QB, how you doing, my man? This past week, or at least the last few days, I had been putting on the Twix, the Twitter, the X, all these old spring practice videos. And the reason why I was doing that is to basically show that all this that's going on right now, we've been through this. We've been through this. And on a personal note, and I'll get into this on my patio perspectives tomorrow morning, but doing this Rise of the Fall series and reliving and reviving old memories that I have suppressed. It's really, I'm not saying it's making me negative. Oh, there's Mama Shed. But it's really, I'm not saying it's making me angry, but it's really starting to frustrate me with all the BS that we're hearing now. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing has changed. It's still the same scenario. It's just like Cuban says, and I give him all the credit. Our reading time with Cuban. Wash, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing. But one thing I've noticed now is yesterday, Mario is a master recruiter. We have to get the recruits in here. Today, no, we got 20 guys in the running back room, but we need to get a portal player because, Parrish left. I'm really trying to, because, usually when something is different from what I think, I try to understand and to get a full understanding. I try to understand both sides of the argument. But again, this hype machine, dude, this hype machine, this hype machine is full blown just stupid. Stupid. We don't and then okay, I'm gonna lead it. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this development thing. That post you put on the Twix about Maribel said that they're not worried about development. They're worried about win now. Okay, and if you saw one of my Twitters, my post on the X, that I show those coaches teaching, developing. That's the definition of coach. And again, another example is all these people that are talking about we need the portal people that were saying yesterday got the master recruiter. 2 days ago they were putting down on Florida State for getting all these portal guys. And it's like, do they hear themselves? Do they care to hear themselves? And I'm gonna tell you what, because honestly, dude, I'm trying not to go back to my 80s Canes days. Okay. But it's like, I understand those cats are getting checks. They're probably making more than all three of us put together. Okay, I get that. But come on, man, it's the same thing. If you look at the last 10 years, it's the same thing.
Don't include me in that list. I make my good money. Don't put me in that list.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I know Cuban making dollar. He making dollar. But nah, I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's like, are they trying to hype Mario up this much because they know that the Titanic has hit the iceberg? And they know that the ship is sinking. But we're still going to have the string quartet play on the deck to keep everybody calm. Okay,
I blame. Get a finger pointed to South. I blame you, Shad. I blame you, South Coast. You guys told me that Mario is a great recruiter. Okay?
That was yesterday.
You guys told me he is a great developer, right?
That was 2 days ago.
Yes, I was told that he's, recruited all these running backs. All these Rooster transfer, Cheney transfer, Parrish, they're trash. We don't need them. Okay, they're trash. Fine. So why the bleep are recruiting another running, going to the portal, get another? What up, studio?
Maybe Mr. Studio, good to see you this evening, sir. Maybe Mr. Studio has the logic that will figure this jigsaw puzzle out, because all I'm doing is getting a blooming headache from all this bullshit that these people are talking. I can't figure it out.
It's annoying. It's the thing that's annoying is it's the goal. I think Reggie said it Twitter. The goalpost keeps moving. First, we were told that he's a recruiter and a developer. Then there was no talent. Then we don't have, Manny set the roster back 8 years, right? Even though he went 8-3 and it was 8 points away from going 10-2, and then the year after that we were predicted to win the ACC Coastal. So I don't know how much back we were going back. I think it was a bad, we hired bad assistant coaches, strength coaches, and we have a bad coach.
It was the culture.
But you want to blame on the culture. Mind you, we're playing in the ACC Coastal. This is my thing. People, you Canes creator, you Shad and South Coast, so you guys have chance. You guys are you Canes creators. You Canes creators, right, are making it seem like we're playing against the NFL, right? We are in the effing ACC, right? ACC. That's how Southern people say. We have the third best at all times. We have the third best roster in the ACC. So what the bleep? What do we need in order to win the ACC? Hall of Famers, in their prime. What is this? I just don't get it. And it's like I keep seeing we need an offensive line. Y'all told me you can't creators on the studio. You got a channel too. You guys told me this is the greatest O line coach on the face of the earth, right? And we got Lou Cristobal started. I want to hear it.
Ooh.
And, you're right, Cuban. I thought, I must say, I thought, things look like, but I have seen the light. I have heard the truth, and I'm really trucking Chubbs. I mean, you're right. I fell for it, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I fell for it. I don't make apologies.
It's not falling for it, Jordan. The thing is the fans are putting unrealistic expectations and putting this has nothing to do with Mario. Mario is doing his job. He's recruiting, so on and so forth. It's the BS narrative that gets put on top of it.
Yeah.
I don't. If Mario goes 5-7, I don't want him fired. I want him here at least 5 years, right? I think every coach deserves 4 to 5 years, right? But it's these stupid ass fans that put dumb stuff out there, and it's like, it's just the BS.
And Cuban, you've been a part of this. I know Papa Shad's been busy changing diapers and snorting baby powder, but dude, this rise of the fall.
Yeah.
We're seeing the same damn thing. All right, Shad, take control. Let's Studio One talk.
I'm trying to figure out what's the what's all the fuss about. It sounds like some recent talk that got Lee Cuban fired up.
Oh, you need to go on Twitter. You'll see how wildfire.
Oh, you know what? Twitter, something wrong with Twitter, man.
Yeah,
Twitter gets your emotions rapping. I don't care which genre you in. X, rather, gets you jumping.
We're just trying to figure out, can we get some consistency from these people? Because, again, I have a small channel. South Coast has a small channel. We're talking about, and not all of the larger channels are built the same. Mm-hmm. But we're just talking about why are some of you, like, I literally saw someone on Twitter say, if you ever wanted to get excited about a Miami Hurricane team, this is the one to get excited for. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what does that mean? What does that mean? What makes this team more special than the team last year? Why would we not want to be excited for the 2022 Canes where we have a team that finished the season on winning 5 games and losing 1 that, again, could have easily, if Corey Couch would have not drifted so far outside of the hash, Jordan Travis would not have been able to make that throw, or if he would have made that throw, it would have been a knockdown or interception. Why would we not be excited about a young team that is returning with leaders? Again, some of these same personnel that had access to practice told me in 2021 the culture was changing because guys like Cam, James, TVD, LT were coming to take spots because their whole objective and mindset was to get the University of Miami back to where it's supposed to belong. So why would I not be happy about that? And it's like, we all been young. We all heard the story about the little boy that cried wolf.
I just told my grandson that story.
1 second. Reading time with Cuban. Intermission. Reading time with Cuban. Yeah, Rick had the number 8 best class in 2018. That shit was trash too. Gotta look at the individual talents, not what other people think. Reading time with Cuban.
Well, Cuban.
Go ahead, Studio.
To be fair, I'm on true side, so it's gonna sound like sometimes I'm on my side, your side, against whoever, all over the place. But to be fair,
this is what we want. We don't want everyone to just
same
accord, but we just want to be respectful.
Right.
Exactly.
On the
And I'm right all the damn time. Damn you, studio.
No, but to be fair, you said you want him 5 years, right? You don't want him to be, you don't want him gone if he go 5 and 7. Da da da. That's the same thing if you had a team, y'all won a natty, and then y'all won 10 game 1 year, and then you get back to the playoffs, and then maybe win another natty, and then all of a sudden 1 year you go 5 and 7. You're not finna fire that coach, right? But Mario got the leeway, right? You said you want to see progression, like he's showing you progression. So each year, I guess, should be the most exciting time. Each year should get a little bit better, a little bit more expectations, and a little bit more excitement than the previous year. Hopefully, if you're on a trajectory. So I don't fault them too much for saying if this now the time to get excited. I know we drunk from hearing in and getting smoked and hearing we good and getting smoked. But we can't have reverse Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? When we thinking the Kool-Aid thing would be good, now we looking like we're good, but we thinking we ain't gonna be good.
I mean, studio. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. I agree if that was the premise that you are presenting. If that was the premise of the comments that these individuals were making, I wouldn't have an issue. But that's not the premise. The premise that they are making is that every staff prior to this one was awful. So do not, under any circumstances, take what South Coast Kane is doing with Rise of the Fall. Don't look what happened in 2006, 7, 8, and 9, even though the trajectory seemed to be going the same exact way.
Yeah.
Just go out there. That's not the same thing. None of those guys want. I mean, think about this for a second. I saw someone literally say, they brought up Al Golden and said, hey, look, we hired Al Golden. And it's like, bro, all these coaches started at a lower level before they got here. So just because Al Golden didn't work out, Al Golden was a hot commodity. That's what you do. You go and get the young guy that builds up a nothing program, and you bring him in the building. And if it works, you got Urban Meyer. If it doesn't, you got my man Scott Frost in Nebraska. I mean, it is what it is, but just to sit up here and disparage every single person that's came in here, and in the studio, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to close, and I'm going to open back up. For these individuals to sit up here and crap on players who the request that you made as a fan base, they accepted that request and said, look, I'm not going to leave the crib. I'm going to come present. For you to sit up here and say these disparaging things about them, to say that, oh, they weren't good, when me and Q literally in South Coast, you've joined in, we literally are going pulling receipts from 16, 17, 18, 19 with the same sentiment. And guess what happens when that receipt gets brought up? You don't want to respond anymore.
Reading time. One second, studio. Reading time, Cuban. Happy to see that most Canes are working throughout spring break. Definitely something we didn't see in the previous staff. Reading with Cuban.
Listen, hey, I told y'all.
Hold up, studio. I'm gonna ask you this one question, then I'm gonna let you go on. I'm gonna let you have it. Studio, if you designed, if you were the designer for Miami-Dade Airport, if that's the correct name, I don't know the name of it. If you were the designer of it, why in the hell would I compare you to the person that puts the stop sign down by the school? Why would I compare you to? What the hell kind of sense would that make? So why in the world do I, again, why are we comparing this? You want to go and compare other staffs to make it seem like, oh, well, Mario's not doing so bad. No, compare the man that built Miami-Dade and designed Miami-Dade to the same joker that designed LAX.
I agree. But I want to this is why people think I'm too conspiratorial, and it goes back to just like the presidency. I tell people like, darn, are we voting for the wrong president every year? Because every time the president get in office, we want him right out as soon as he get in. I'm like, well, dang. So is we missing on coaches like every single time? I mean, it's been a lot of coaches, and like you said, it's been the same sentiment, same look like then failure, and then reboot. Like I hate to bring up Diddy, but the reason why I bring it up is because Luke popped up on the screen, and he sounded like he was, speaking up for him a little bit. Okay, I ain't getting into that, but I said, Luke, you the reason why they hate Miami. You listen. Okay, they banned you. I ain't never seen them ban a rapper. It's like that was unprecedented, especially considering what they saying in rap now.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you can talk about shake a little booty.
You know?
Now they can talk about, oh my goodness, this triple X rated compared to the two line crew back then. But they got banned. And you supporting Miami, that image tagged along with us. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
back to the conspiracy. Is there something else being jittered around? Because I remember back when Bubba Bolden first signed with us, and the NCAA was like, okay, he eligible. He went to practice. No, he ain't eligible. And they snatched him. I said, why they be doing us like that? Remember that year we had that good year? I think the next year, it seemed like the first game, the first two games, I think that LSU game, it seemed like the first play of the game, they take our star safety out for targeting.
It did.
I said, what is they doing? Is this real? I don't know, man. I just feel like they held us back, and they held, and some of these coaches are get along, and they go along with what they told. They told not to play a player. I think they won't play him. Sly Johnson made a point. They say, he said, by the way, he said Xavier Restrepo was always never coverable. All those camps, he was there with Jeremiah Smith, all those guys, he was there. Oh, not Jeremiah Smith, but there's some other receiver name. They never could cover Xavier Restrepo. So everybody talking all this, oh, he's a possession receiver. Man, he's the best receiver we got, bro. He might be the best receiver in the nation. He in the top 5. I ain't gonna say he's the best. Yeah, there's gonna be some beast out there. I don't know what's coming out. But he's gonna be one of them top 10, top 5. He was, remember him and Kobe Young was top 5 receivers, top 3 receivers in the nation, top receivers in the ACC until TBD had his little tanking. You feel me?
Hey,
well,
I wanted to say something. I'm glad you brought that up because are we to go back South Coast since you're doing Rise of the Fall? Can we go back now and say that Ja'Cory Harris was betting on the game?
Ooh.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because okay, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know what happens, mute. But Ja'Cory, he's the leading interception guy, if I'm not mistaken, in Miami quarterback history. Now, I had thought about going back and looking at all the interception and see how, was he hitting the back? Was it just, was it a legit bad cub, whatever? But, now think about X. Let me tell you about X right quick and I'll move on. But studio, you have to admit, Restrepo made the greatest catch in 30 plus years of Green Tree history. I'm talking all the way back to 92, 93 and beyond. Do you realize the gold jackets that have been on that practice field? And X has made the best catch in 30 plus histories of Green Tree. So he is the greatest of all time. I'm being sarcastic. That little shit on. I hate to excuse my language, but that little weird looking white boy on Kane's Insight, he looks kind of creepy, you know. But yeah, he made that, and that's just. But anyway, but no, talking about Ja'Cory though, you know, and I'm going to talk about this one day, but Ja'Cory was put into a no-win situation like Ja'Cory was put in. And Ja'Cory, Mr. Harris, his interceptions, you know, he was averaging 1 or 2 interceptions a game through his career, but you know, I liked him. I thought he was a good quarterback, but again, due to the situation at hand, he was put in a bad situation, just like Mr. Brown. He was put in a no-win situation, dude. So how are they going to succeed? You know, and studio, I'm not trying to, as the cool kids used to say back in my day, I ain't trying to ride your jock. But what I'm getting at is it's almost like when you get a Mr. Brown or Mr. Harris, it's almost like they don't seem to be put into a successful win situation. They're always put in a no-win situation. But when you get the 8 for 23 savior of South Beach, okay, and again, I am not trying to, dude. I've seen it. I'll just tell you what I see. But go ahead, get some reading time. Go ahead.
Yeah, Shad. No, I'm sorry. You know, I'm like, oh, I think we're gonna win 9 games, right? So everybody wants to use historical, you know, when it comes to Miami. Oh, look what this coach did at whatever. Look, okay. So Mario Cristobal, year 3. Do you know how many games he won, Shad?
Year 3 win.
Oregon.
I mean, year 3 was a COVID year.
No, he won 12-2.
No, that was his second year.
No. Oh yes, I'm sorry. His second year he went 12-2. Well, yeah, well, okay, yeah. Second year he won 12-2. So this is year 3 at Miami. I'm expecting 12-0.
The standard.
I'm holding to his standard.
Fine with me, because that week behind schedule, Mario, there's no excuse. The only game I can say, all right, we lose to Florida State, Clemson along the way, I can say, okay, whatever. But we got too many powder puffs. I don't care, bro. Ball State, we gave you your first year. Okay, you had your one little embarrassment loss, Middle Tennessee. Manning, you got your one little embarrassment loss against FIU. You done had those. We done had them. So there's no more of those, right? Because now you're on fireable offenses from here on out to me. Not because we putting on a high expectation too soon. Just like you just said, Cuban. The second year, he 12-2, winning, beating Ohio State. So why we can't expect it? And then
Well, chat. No, studio. So let me interrupt you, right? So everybody keeps saying that Mario took over a weak team. You know, the cover was bored.
I disagree.
But hold on. I did my research. When he took over Oregon had the number 17, 25, and I think the number 23 class. So I guess Oregon had a stacked recruiting class. When he took over Miami, it was 11, and number 18, right? So, you know, so is he a good coach? This is where.
Well, Cuban, you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm going to stay on that point. What you're saying, part of that, I'm gonna just be real. It's the South Florida Divas.
There you go.
Their culture.
There you go.
Out in Oregon, the boys out there wanting to play. They ain't want to hear all that old running their mouth, want to be seen like James Williams, think they entitled. I'm a 5-star. I deserve it.
But just see, there's no pressure out there. There's no pressure in the West Coast. There's pressure when you come to the South. There's extreme, especially when it comes. Football is not being talked about in Oregon and Washington and up, in the West Coast. They're talking about the Lakers and the Clippers. They ain't talking. They're not talking about college football. When you get to Texas, they talk about college football 24/7. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, all right. We've done our freestyle segment to start the show. So let's.
Do you want reading time right quick?
We can do a reading time, and then we'll get.
No, quick. I love the idea.
What's reading time?
Year 3 roster, Manning versus Mario. Oh, with what we know now, it's getting better after spring. Reading time with you.
My God. Anyway.
Reading time with Q. You gonna tell us a bedtime story, Q?
Oh, you want another story? Okay.
I hope it's the one with a happy ending. And Mario marched away with the national championship trophy.
Oh, this is another chapter.
Wrapped with a ribbon.
One more chapter, Shad. I'm gonna let you go. Okay, reading time with Cuban. Mario about to Butch Davis / Larry Coker this shit, man. Forget coaching. He got 2 good coordinators now. All Mario got to do is keep stacking talent, and we haven't had in almost 20 years. And yeah.
Okay.
Reading time with Cuban.
So get into this talent, right? So, first question: what exactly are we getting from Cam Ward, right? So one of the things that I've seen people say around is Cam Ward comes to the University of Miami. He doesn't have to play hero ball, right? Because this is not Washington State, all this stuff, right? And so I said this kind of lacks a lot of context because the thing that makes Cam Ward so exciting or made him very exciting was the hero ball. When you turn on his highlight tape, guess what you're going to see? You're going to see him rolling out of the pocket. You're going to see off balance throws, all that particular stuff like this. So my question is that something that you can just turn off? Because we've seen this before. We've seen it at the professional level. We've seen it at the collegiate level. We've seen situations where coaches try to hinder a player from being who they really are. Now, obviously we know he declared for the draft, but obviously he rescinded, right? So I went to 2 websites. They were the only 2 websites that actually had a profile written up about him. So one of the things that was in one of those particular profiles was that he was the second most exciting quarterback behind Caleb Williams. So that made me think for a second. I said Caleb Williams was not dealing with an inept offensive line at USC. He wasn't dealing with a lack of weapons at USC. But he was such an exciting quarterback that's exactly what he did, right? Maybe he bailed the pocket early when he didn't need to bail the pocket, just a lot of things. So when you kind of delve a little bit deeper into this Cam Ward thing, and I don't think people are kind of talking about some of the weaknesses that he does have. Obviously, we can talk about the strengths as well, but I want to kind of be concise because I think people are expecting something that he may not actually be. And one of the weaknesses that I saw was the fact that he bails from the pocket too early. And so it got me to thinking for a second, and I'm going to close out with this and let you guys have it. According to PFF, he was pressured 173 times on about 517 dropbacks, right? So that's a lot. But when you look at it from a percentage standpoint, it's like 30%, 31, 32% of his dropbacks was pressure. Now, the definition of a pressure is when the defense forces a quarterback to get off of their spot. Now, what I don't know for a fact is whether or not PFF credits a pressure if the quarterback leaves the pocket too soon, or do they only credit a pressure when it's an actual pressure? So those pressure numbers could actually be less than what's actually reported. just based on how they do it. Then obviously, of course, he played in a different offense. Shout out to my dog QB because QB brought up the fact that this will be Cam's Ward's third offensive coordinator. And unlike his last two stops, he's not going to have 2 years to learn the system. Only has a year to learn the system. So again, I'm just asking, and I'll say this in closing, because individuals have said, well, all he has to do is just get the ball to the playmakers. I remember there was a quarterback that came here and had the same skill set, which I down that hill to say that he's not better than Derek King. I down that hill. Derek King was said the same exact thing. Oh, well, he don't have to do all this stuff he did at Houston. But when we played Clemson, we played those tough opponents. The first thing that came out of Canes fans' mouth was we needed him to be more dynamic. So that's my thing. It's not so much again, and I said I'm gonna close, but I'm really gonna close. Going back to the NC State game, I did the video, but disagree with that. DVD throwing 3 interceptions, 3-man rush, all that good stuff like this. Now let's think for a second. With Cam Ward would have got out of the pocket. He would get out of the pocket. But at the same time, we don't necessarily know if that would have resulted in a sack. And again, when you got a scrambling quarterback back there, it kind of puts a lot of extra pressure on the offensive line. And we're already have a makeshift offensive line based on what we have. So again, just in closing, what exactly are we getting in Cam Ward? And can you just turn off the hero ball switch? Is that just something that you can just turn off if that's your natural ability?
Can I go first on this one?
Sure.
Because something just popped up in my head along the conspiratorial lines. And I wondered, because I wondered, like, when he was like, one didn't come here. Remember when he's first like, I ain't coming here? They were like, oh. And then what happened those behind those closed doors, really?
Prime 112. They sent in the bill and they said you're gonna pay it if you don't come.
Man, listen.
Yeah, they paid Ross to be there. There was a feature. They probably paid Ross about $20,000 to be there.
And Cam Ward made a comment in one of his little things I was listening to, where he was like, he alluded to the $1 million was a lie. It wasn't that amount. It wasn't that much, but it was something kind of close.
974.
Oh, well. Neither near nor how, or however you say that total term. I just wondered if he a part of the plan. Is this another plan? Because I felt like Mark Richt was a sabotage plan. He knew he had Parkinson's before he took the job here. He knew he was going to have to quit during the middle of rebuilding. But I don't want to be too insensitive on that. God bless the man. But is it another plan? And I could just see them embarrassing us again, where he do something that costs us the season again. Like we have another cute, like TBD was almost like he was the blasphemous plan. Because it almost looked like a scriptural ritual where he was trying to go to Alabama. We was all scared he was going to go to Alabama. Nick said, no, we don't need him. We're going to show you how to develop a quarterback like y'all got. Jalen Miro, same makeup build, 6'5", black quarterback. But Mario decided to sit ours. We don't play him damn game. Not get him no kind of reps at all. While we watch Nick Saban bench Milroe, get him get his mind right and make a run. I almost won the night with him. So I was like, is they gonna let us off the leash this year? And I'm thinking maybe they gonna let Ja'Cory Brown take over and do that thing like Jalen Milroe. Maybe not win the natty, but get us to the playoffs. No. They went and got another plan. who I can see. No, I swear, bro. If he fumble a snap away that costs us a game, or he dropped the ball, this is something that we've been highlighting on. What's going on with these 40-something fumbles? I'm gonna lose it, even though I already knew it was the plant.
Well, studio. According to our great fans, he only fumbled because he wasn't getting blocked in front. Nobody talks about him. I mean, again, I brought this up on another show. I said, okay, we can blame the offensive line, but that don't mean you're not the only quarterback that's has had to deal with the offensive line that has been this bad. That don't mean you got to fumble the football. You got to fumble the football. You don't have. That's not those two things are not mutually inclusive.
Well, studio, this is how it works, studio. Oh,
Right to fumble the football. It doesn't work that way.
Studio, this is how it works. We would not have a plan if this is a big if, right? If we had a head coach that is a recruiter, would have recruited a quarterback to be playing at his school by year mother effing 3. So if our head coach was a good recruiter, like you got studio, you're a creator too, because you got a YouTube channel, right? Since you YouTube people told me that Mario's is a great recruiter, we would not have a plant if we had recruited a quarterback. But
Cuban, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he did recruit 5-star Jalen Rashada, 4-star Emory Williams, and he couldn't help that Florida offered them some fraudulent $13 million deal and got the kid head all flustered.
Hey, he's a premier recruiter. I don't want to hear all this if, ands, or buts about it. Right? If you're a premier recruiter, you get your damn quarterback. That's the number one position you got to get in football. If you don't got a quarterback, you ain't winning the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear all this, this school paid this school paid that, because you got the top O lineman, the top D lineman, right?
Yeah.
This is year 3. By the way, Ja'Cory, right? I mean, I don't know how this goes because Shad has the rules. Ja'Cory is a Mario recruit. I hope you know that. He is a Mario recruit.
I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt on the QB because I remember Gino Toretta. I remember Ken Dorsey. I remember Dennis. Not Dennis Erickson. Was it Craig Erickson? What's his name?
Craig Erickson.
Yeah, they wasn't that good.
I hear you, studio, but
we just need an efficient quarterback. Man, if Mark, listen, okay.
But I think, studio, we're in year 3. You're talking about a plan. We will not have a plan if Mario would have his quarterback playing in year 3. If he's this great recruiter, great evaluator, we should have a Mario quarterback year mother effing 3.
Well, what about this? What if this though? What if Ja'Cory Brown truly is efficient enough with the defense, offensive line we got? I can imagine. I can be honest, bro. I can imagine those games. Let's say all those games TVD played, right? Had that 12 interception slide. I can imagine Ja'Cory Brown winning most of them games with just straight up a nice, efficient play calling scheme. If the offensive coordinator were truly a good offensive coordinator, I could see them calling up a scheme with Ja'Cory, what the name is, Ja'Cory Brown, and winning North Carolina game, winning the Clemson game, obviously 8 for 23 won that game. NC State game. I mean, I don't see none of the games we truly just weren't in. So I'm like, why didn't you really play Ja'Cory now? I'm really quite. Because think about it, if he playing 4 games and he looking good, better and better, all of a sudden the fans crying for him. He don't want to hear. He don't want us to hear all so he threw Emory back out there. And now He bring in the plan. What do you think Corey said what he said on that interview?
But still, you keep missing it. We would not have a plan if the great recruiter would have his quarterback playing by now.
Okay, we got it. Cuban. What are we to expect from Cam Ward? This
I think everybody's expectation is a taller De'Aaron King, right? That's what I think the expectation. This is what everybody's assuming we're going to get, a taller De'Aaron King. And I'm looking at his stats, right?
he's not there.
I know Cam Ward threw 3,000. Let me see. He threw 20 something in touchdowns, right? What was it? 25 touchdowns, and threw for damn near 3,700 yards. Coming to the AC, De'Aaron King, before coming to Miami, threw 36 touchdowns and 3,000, yards. So, but when he comes to Miami, he throws 23 touchdowns. So the question is Cam Ward going to throw 25 touchdowns at Miami? If he throws 30 touchdowns at Miami, Miami's winning 12, 11 games, right? So I guess my expectations to have a meeting, I need 25 touchdowns and 2,500 yards.
No, but Cuban, what? Well, okay, you answered the question. So you're saying what we're getting is in hopes a larger De'Aaron King, right?
Yeah.
So, well, even with that De'Aaron King, we watched UNC bend us over for 600 yards rushing.
But that has nothing to do with De'Aaron King, though.
No, it does, because we didn't score enough points. We couldn't match them. Same thing goes for that Clemson game.
Right.
So again, like I said, I don't think Cam Ward is as good as De'Aaron King. I don't think he was, because the whole thing was De'Aaron King. If he was a little bit taller than De'Aaron King, injured. But it's neither here nor there. South Coast. What are we actually getting from Cam Ward? In your opinion, what are we getting?
Well, first off, let me go on record as saying I never thought Miami needed Cam Ward.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that straight up. Now, no disrespect to Cam Ward, the young man. Okay. But I believe, to kind of echo what Reading Time, almost said Reading Rainbow, to kind of echo with Reading Time, it's almost like I think they're expecting to have a new De'Aaron King with a little bit of Michael Vick sprinkled in, maybe a little bit of that Lamar Jackson. Okay, in other words, they're they're expecting Cam to be the typical dark-skinned quarterback. Can I say that? And I mean no disrespect, but
none taken.
It's with Cam, they see the numbers from Washington State. They see all the propaganda highlights. They this, they that. I haven't watched any Washington State games. Hell, they're 2 hours behind me. I don't care. But I guess they're expecting this. I say the Miami folks. They're expecting Cam Ward to come in here. Oh, a second coming of Cam Newton. Okay. But why does it have to be that? Why can't it be a young man who can utilize the talent that is around him? That's what made Ken Dorsey so good. That's what made Steve Walsh, Craig Erickson, Testaverde, Kozar, Kaya, etc., etc. They weren't great quarterbacks. Toretta weren't great quarterbacks. They utilized the weapons and the teammates they had around them to where the whole team was good. And with this Cam thing, it almost, and I'm not trying to get onto I'm not getting into the conspiracy theory like the lovely and talented Studio One is saying, but you have to think that, with Cam Ward, and I'm sure Cam's a very talented quarterback, but maybe it's all part of that hype machine, and again, with all this off-season talk, I mean, this is fun. I love the opinionated debates and all that, but until we see something on the field, the product on the field, just because player A did this when he was on team B doesn't mean that player A is going to do the same thing on team F. You see where I'm getting at? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Personally, I don't think Miami needed Cam Ward. You have a talented room. Okay? But again, I forgot, they don't develop. They're trying to win now.
That's what he said.
And I'm going to tell you what. With that being said, and with Mr. Ward being in the building, this is not a personal attack on Mr. Ward, not whatsoever. Just exactly what Galaxy King said. Ken Dorsey was good, but he knew how to be a field general and make the team great. Ken Dorsey wasn't that great. That's right. I said it. Hold me to it. But he knew how to make the team good. But what I'm getting at is with the Cam Ward situation, they better hope he pans out. They better hope he works out, because I'm telling you right now, I don't really foresee, I don't really foresee Mr. Brown being here next year, dude. I really don't, as much as it breaks my heart, because he's such a good kid, a good person. I think, whether he was a Mario guy or a Manny guy, I really don't care. He's a Miami person. He's on the Miami team. Okay. And I just hate to see such a good young man get screwed over like that, And then all of us, I know this is going off topic, but I am sick and damn tired of hearing 8 for 23 South Beach Savior. I hate hearing that. I hate it. I'm tired of it. Okay, I have seen so many quarterbacks come through. Okay, yeah, Emory may have potential. He was 8 for fucking 23, excuse my language, against Clemson. Okay, he held the offense and he did okay against Florida State. He broke his arm. Okay, great. But
he was 23 against Florida State. We don't want people to attack you and say that was the wrong game. It was a Florida.
Look, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm reserving. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be a Cam hater. I'm just saying. Let's see what happens on the field, because a lot of this doesn't depend on Cam. It depends on, are we going to go vertical this year like we were last year? He was 8 for 20. Regardless of the fact,
hey,
why must he just get it to the playmakers? Okay, what happens when they rush 3, which back in 10 years ago, 3 offensive linemen could handle a 3-man rush. But if they drop 8 in coverage in the zone, what's the game plan? Does he take off and run? Do we just kind of bop the run? You see where I'm getting at? There's a lot. This coming season, I'm telling you, it's going to be a telltale sign. It's going to be good. And, yeah, the $1 million they paid for Cam, they better get a return investment, dude. I'm telling you, because I'm telling you, if Cam comes out and it's not up to what the standard, the $1 million investment says, that poor kid's going to be in trouble, dude.
Hey,
I wish nothing but success. Okay, I hope he makes this team successful. But time will tell.
I'm I'm gonna say something because you made me. I wish reading with Cuban could find this, but we brought up going vertical. I remember against, I think it was Miami of Ohio, and some of us were saying, "Man, why wouldn't he take any vertical shot?" And the crowd was, "Well, they're playing the deep ball, so why take it? They're not giving it." So when you ask the question, "Are we going vertical?" If teams are gonna play the deep ball, no, we're not going vertical.
Well, throw the underneath until they allow the deep ball to be open.
Hey, South Coast, we had a guy that ran a 4.21, and he didn't go vertical. Now, obviously, he didn't. He couldn't catch the ball, but
That wasn't obvious. They
even
lying on that man. I ain't see at least 2 attempts where he dropped the deep ball. Then we can say, like we saw with McCormick, then we see ample times where he can't catch.
studio.
I didn't get that opportunity with my boy, so I ain't gonna even hit him.
Man, that was, bro. You are 1,000% correct. We did not see in a game. Now, I will say this. I saw the North Carolina game. They did kind of run a wheel route, and he did miss the ball.
Okay, everybody had a drop, but I seen him call a couple of more than he dropped.
But other than that, you're 1,000% right. That young man was not put in the game and throwing a deep pass
At all.
Shad, I'm sorry to interrupt here.
We can interrupt.
The reason why we didn't throw anybody, we didn't throw him the ball is because he didn't train during spring break.
No.
Oh yeah.
That I forgot that when TVD started throwing those interceptions, we couldn't call any new plays. Forgot about that. You're right. I forgot about that. They didn't practice over spring break, and when TVD started throwing those interceptions, what offensive coordinator would open the playbook? I forgot about that. You're right. Next question, next topic. Are we better this spring than last spring, right? Now, this is the only comment I'm going to make on this. I don't know if we're better, but I tell you what, the media coverage sure makes it look like we're better. Now, whether or not that translates August the 31st, 2024 in the swamp, that's different. But from a media coverage standpoint, I haven't seen anything like it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did Mario ever say TVD was tough before the spring?
Going to his first press conference, he said he was the best quarterback in the nation.
He's the best quarterback in the nation.
Did he ever say he was real tough though?
You know
He's
what?
the best quarterback.
He seen the thing. No, because he seen the thing Cam Ward so tough. I heard him like,
Look at this.
oh, he's tough. He did. I said, damn. I was thinking to myself, Mario, how do you know Cam? Y'all don't even hit the quarterback. Quarterback ain't even live. Y'all been in past one day. How you know he's so tough? I'm like, what?
I see where you're going.
So I was thinking about South Cocaine when he's saying this hype train.
I see where you're going.
I said, what?
I didn't know you were gonna get on that road, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hold on. I want to steal something from South Coast King Show. Do you allow me to do this?
Please.
Hey, do your thing, Cuban. You know I love it when you do your thing, but
It's called Upgrade and Downgrade. 2023 roster versus 2024 roster. Quarterback, upgrade or downgrade?
I gotta say you upgrade because
I gotta say upgrade too.
you know what? How? When y'all both had the same amount of turnovers. How?
Jordan, your answer?
What were the 2 years? 2022 and
Oh, 23. Last year versus
20,
this year.
last year?
Last year versus this year. We're doing this. We're doing the Shad. Last year versus this year.
Well,
I say upgrade.
Not speaking for the fan base. I felt like I was held hostage by TVD going to Alabama. So, I guess based on.
Yeah, I'll say the room is better. Yeah, I'll say the room is better. But we
You
just
know,
I'm gonna give him an upgrade, even though I ain't agree with him. What's going to get him? He scanned the field way better than TVD. TVD one read guy. I get so sick of him with that one read.
They got the same turnovers.
I ain't worried about the turnover. At least that man scanning the field, throwing it to different receivers, and
I'm going to answer the question. Since based on what I saw in the Pinstripe Bowl, I'm going to say the quarterback this year is an upgrade, just because of that.
Okay, running back.
This year?
This year versus last year.
It'd be an upgrade. Just
I'm
because Travante's coming back.
And we got two new freshmen added to that.
I'm taking last year because we knew who the running backs were. We got three guys that are hurt. Listen, if you listen to the media, our second string running back is a man who is not taking one collegiate snap. So of course last year is better than this year.
Okay.
Running back last year. Huh?
Yeah. Because you just going by because he hurt. I'm assuming everybody gonna be here in the fall, beginning of the fall.
Dude, we can't talk about we don't know what's gonna happen. All I know right now is the second string running back has not taken the college now.
And they're looking for a Porter running back already.
Now, when they get the Porter running back,
no. You basing our room on last year's room, right? So we can't say, we got to take him out. We can't include him because he's out right now. I'm considering A.J. Allen. I'm considering Mark Fletcher will be there. And with them, Allen, with Chris Johnson, Citizen, and you got the two brand new freshmen, it's better than last year.
Hold on, studio, but I nobody here knows what happened to Fletcher. He either has an Achilles or a plantar fasciitis. Right?
You're right.
Right. So he's not going to be the same Fletcher. He's not going to be the same Fletcher till next year. I hope you know that. He's not going to be the same Fletcher you're expecting. So the freshman running back.
Man, I feel fine if Fletcher sit out the whole year next year.
And so you would say that then 2024 has a better running back.
Yeah, boy, we loaded.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Cuban, you brought up something very interesting. Now that would make sense. To bring in a portal guy, if Mark Fletcher's situation is a little bit worse than what's being reported.
No, Shad, you can't backpedal. Last week. You said, why are we bringing in a running back?
Wait a minute. Last year, remember TVD got his hand hurt in spring practice and nobody heard about it
until... I just jumped on Mario for trying to get the USC running back. Now, I'm not going to let y'all do this. So what is going to be, Shad?
Studio, Cuban brought up something that I didn't think about. I didn't think about that.
You didn't know you were hurt.
I'm trusting that, hey, look, Mark Fletcher will be back.
No, you trusting in
Dr. Cuban
talking about Achilles or plantitis.
But in all reality, we don't know what the injury actually was.
The injury is. No one knows what the injury is.
It's a foot. It could be a broken foot. He'd be back this year.
He's a 230-pound man.
Okay, sit out a year. We good.
But is it better than 2023? That's the question.
You can't afford to sit
out. Yeah, I believe so.
I say yeah.
Because we compare it. Listen, we compare it pretty much the same room, except we got two more additional freshmen.
Yeah. I love the conversation, but again, look at two of the guys who was in the room last year. Two guys with actual college production. Don Chaney, Repairs.
Don Chaney had really no production until that year.
You're
He
right.
was a famed like citizen. We
You're
don't
right.
know. So okay.
Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. I say this, studio. You're right. Let's take this in perspective, right? Let's look at the experienced running backs that we had on the roster last year.
Okay.
Don Chaney had a little experience.
Mhm.
Henry Parrish had extensive experience.
Mhm.
And A.J. Allen had a whole year starting at Nebraska. Now let's look at the current running back room. We have one running back on the roster. Let's just look at it right there. One running back on the roster that has taken significant collegiate snaps. I mean, AJ.
So what you're saying is
You're
you're measuring skill based on
No.
experience. That's what you're saying. You're
Yeah,
saying because we got more experienced backs now last year than now,
Yes.
then it's better.
Yes.
That don't mean that.
What studio?
Chris, wait a minute. Henry Parrish got the most experience out of all of them. Is he the best back?
I thought Henry Parrish.
Will you take Henry Parrish right now or Chris Johnson? If you had to start the season with one running back.
Chris Johnson was playing in last year's team.
I don't care though. What I'm asking you is, would you take Chris Johnson right now for your star running back or Henry Parrish? You had to ride the season out with him. Who you going with?
I'm taking Henry Parrish.
I'm taking Chris Johnson. That's good.
I'm not taking 150-pound running back and making him RB1.
Okay then, Fletcher then.
Well,
okay,
somebody needs to call the mustache guy.
Okay, Fletcher then. So that's what my point is. Experience doesn't mean you're better.
I'm not saying that. The question is
are we better last year or now?
I cannot say that individuals that have not played are better than individuals that have played. I can't do that.
I understand that.
We can.
I understand that.
We can agree to disagree.
Next position, wide receiver.
Receiver. Cuban, you already know the question. You already know the answer on receiver. I mean, this year we got a general.
Answer seriously. It's a downgrade. It's
the same situation we're running almost.
I don't know. We had the greatest catch in 30 years.
You're losing, going to Coach Hayes shows, right? If you're good, you transfer to a program like Georgia, right? So we lost a top receiver to Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So
it's the same situation as running back. If you take the running back a downgrade, the receiver must be a downgrade.
No. Cuban. I'm not Cuban Studio. I'm gonna say this is the difference between the running back and the receiver. Prior to last year, we didn't know what we really had in Jacoby George and Xavier Restrepo. We didn't know what we had. We know what we have now. So just them, just what they did going into this year makes them better than what they were last year, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, another year should be better. I agree. That's why I say the running backs, they're a year better. They should be better this year.
Oh, but there's production returning, except for Mark Fletcher.
I got you.
And then AJ Allen. I keep forgetting AJ Allen. Can't forget it.
All right, next position, tight end. Nobody cares. Offensive line.
No. We got to talk about tight end because
I go tight end. Tight end, I say it's an upgrade this year.
Yeah, I say upgrade.
Kellen Winslow.
Royal back looking super healthy.
Kellen Winslow just came in. No, but on a serious note, I will say that the tight end should be better because Arroyo, he should be fully ready to rock and roll. And we saw some things from him in his freshman year that gave us a lot of excitement, and obviously he's dealt with the knee. So I'll say the tight end room.
And that young dude, Lofton, balling out there here.
Jordan, upgrade or downgrade?
Kellen Winslow.
Upgrade.
I'm going to say upgrade, but I mean, hell, we're not going to know if they don't use them.
That's true. All right, next position, offensive line.
Hold up, Cuban. South Coast, you saw your guy make a pass to Lofton.
Oh, yeah, where it was underthrown and there was defensive pass interference and the luck of the draw allowed him to catch it. No disrespect to the young man. First, I thought it was a tackle-eligible play, but it was Lofton. He's an old-school tight end, bro. Old school. But again, in those old clips that I put on Twitter, you notice there was really not many extraordinary circus catches. That's probably because the quarterback could actually throw a good throw. But, with the Estrepo and the loft, dude, the pass wasn't nowhere near where it needed to be.
Coach, what's so bad about the throw? Because if you look at it, he waited until he broke, and then he threw it, and it was still behind him.
And that's his good arm. Again, I don't want to get off the upgrade downgrade, but Emory needs time to develop. He has a Ken Dorsey arm. Jakari has an arm. Watch the Pinstripe Bowl. See what happens. Anyway, so as far as the offensive line, it depends on whether or not Nephew is going to start because.
Oh, we haven't gone to the offensive line yet. You're skipping.
Where are we at?
We're at tight end. Now we're going to offensive line. So Jordan started off offensive line. Upgrade or downgrade?
Without Nephew.
He ready. He was ready, boy. He hot about that Mario.
Without Nephew, upgrade. With Nephew and his pair of skates, downgrade.
So you're saying it's an upgrade this year when you're losing, quote unquote, two NFL offensive linemen in what's the left quarter?
Yeah, because this is a great wall of mirror ball. We're gonna start churning out those type of draft picks.
We're gonna have a better offensive line in this opposite studio. You're saying we're gonna have a better offensive line this year.
Yep.
Hang on. The reason why I say better without Nephew is you still got Sampson sitting on the sideline. The master recruiter, when he got Sampson, I mean, now he's a portal guy. He's doing to now. But, when he was a master recruiter, he got Sampson. Sampson sitting on the sideline, dude. You got that center from Indiana. I mean, as long as Nephew sits on the sideline and sucks the Gatorade or whatever the hell's in those squeeze bottles, we'll be okay. Unless Nephew has upgraded from what we saw in the Pinstripe Bowl. Okay, now, Nephew is good at pointing out coverages.
Let me see.
But
let me see.
I really think with Sampson getting in there, it's going to help out. I really do. But time will tell. We'll see.
I think it's a downgrade. Going position by position, Francis should be better. Inez Cooper should be better than he was last year. Zach Carpenter going to be a major downgrade.
Ryan Rodriguez might win that position.
They're not Matt Lee.
And I seen him play last year, and he didn't look much different to me than Matt Lee when I seen him. And I liked it, everything I saw about Ryan Rodriguez. So keep an eye on him. He just brought a Carpenter in because you ain't got nobody else to compete for center. You need somebody. You need 2 or 3 pure centers in there, man.
I'm not letting you do that. Our offensive line coach, the offensive coordinator said they cross train.
Okay. Yeah, but let's be real. I remember that. But what I can tell them, the centers are slightly different. Yeah, you can go to guard, tackle, guard, left. Center is almost the only specialty position on that line, bro.
We got Frankie. They love Frankie. I'm just say downgrade, right?
I got you. I say upgrade because we got some prospect Kinsler. What other boy name? It's another dude. 6'7". I mean, we got some people that you like. Dang.
So studio said pretty much everybody on the offense is an upgrade.
And guess what else?
We ain't got to do defensive line.
Guess what else?
We got to do defensive line.
Y'all want to hear some consistency, right? Coach Mirabal has been the only consistent coach talking out his mouth since they've been here. I did a piece on him last year.
He just got his arms and legs back.
No, man. I did a piece on him last year. He said it. He said this line, they going to be Rivers. Y'all got to move him. This, that. He called it out. He showed. And when you reduce your sacks from 35 allowed sacks to like 15.
No. All right, I got to stop you. Cuban Dom is kicking in. The only reason we had less sacks this year is because Mallory was a tight end and he was not a blocking tight end. So we were blocking with 5 people. Last year we had a tight end, we had number 7 was an an extra tackle out there. We were blocking with 7 people last year. That's why we didn't have so many damn sacks. But if Mallory would have played last year, I promise you that line would have looked damn same.
But that's a Manny guy. Remember, you can't. It's a Manny guy. That's why he brought in McCormick and he's blocking in.
But they were only rushing 3 people. The other 8 guys were in coverage. You had like 7 against 3.
Hold on. When last time Miami got 2 5-star offensive tackles in the same recruiting class?
Right.
Regardless of what it turned out. When last time that happened?
One of them like about to play guard.
Regardless.
One about to transfer to Colorado.
With his brother.
Hold up. Anyway,
next.
Hey, that's interesting.
We ain't gotta do defensive line upgrade.
How is an upgrade?
What do you mean? How's an upgrade?
Injuries coming back. I think injuries.
Mezzador coming back. Bang gonna be better. CJ Clark and
I love Bane. I love Bane, but when that number 56 they stopped playing, it was a little different when number 56 stopped playing.
He might said that on Twitter, started up, but as overall, I think the defensive line is up. Because I got production there, I got older guys there. I got that. I'll go defensive.
Give it to you. Linebackers.
Downgrade.
I like the upgrade.
Cuban love that, Studio love that potential.
Good man. I looking at Popo and like, man, come on. You mean tell me you could have him on the field before your boy?
So if Popo's playing,
who made the game-saving tackle at Clemson? Come on, man.
Studio, we played 13 games last year. Nobody on the defensive staff thought that Popo was better than Corey Flagg. I don't. What more do I need to say?
And Buddy,
hey, you know what? I don't get that no credibility.
That man, he our co-defensive coordinator now.
If they don't trust you, they ain't putting you in the game. You heard Jacoby. Oh, they gotta trust me. They gotta trust me. They gotta trust me. He sound like a broken recorder.
Hey,
that's why they beating trust in these players.
Hold up, Studio. I'm gonna let you talk. And this is what's stamping a downgrade for me. I started the show off by saying, Coach Cristobal said they are going to monitor the young linebackers to see if they need to bring another guy in. So what do you mean you have to monitor them? If you got to monitor them, that means you're already thinking in the back of your mind, we need to bring somebody else in.
You know what's funny? Well, I'll say that for later. All right, DBs.
Ooh. At corner, I think we're better. At safety, I don't. So
no, we haven't gone safety. Not safety. I said cornerbacks. Just cornerbacks.
Oh, well, it's an upgrade.
Yeah, I hope it's an upgrade.
I don't know. It might be a downgrade.
DBs in the transfer portal.
It might be a downgrade.
And Joe, hold up, Shaq. Oh, this is for you, Shaq. Everybody, just stay. This is between me and Shaq. Shaq, you mean to tell me this is an upgrade when you got a true freshman and JoJo burning these DBs every single day?
I mean, Cuban. I said this on the last show. The secondary wasn't good last year. It wasn't good the year before that. So I didn't see no bring anybody in that was gonna change it. So I'm happy Nykar and JoJo are out there, running past people. But you know what? Kane's media gonna watch this, and guess what? We're gonna see tomorrow. We're gonna see somebody looking like Philip Buchanan out there.
Hold on though. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned this.
Philip
one of the receivers. Oh yeah, Isaiah Norton. He mentioned it though. He was like, man, the Zez Richardson on that goal line D. It's something to be reckoned with.
Who you say? What's his name?
The Jazz Richards.
Oh, the guy from Vandy. Okay.
Yeah, the way Norton Horton, Isaiah Horton said it, boy, he locking stuff down on the goal line.
Hold
Like he got that press long cover where they having issue with him. I like him and Porter as our starting cornerbacks. I feel good about it too.
Hold up. We have this great recruiter, right? We got this great recruiter. And so you mean to tell me Vanderbilt and West Virginia have better recruiting talent and evaluation than the great Mario Cristobal? You mean to tell me Mario cannot recruit a DB to start in his football team?
Robbie over there.
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's his recruiting or is he just over focused. It seemed like he's been over focused on offensive line, D line, linebacker, and let the QB, maybe the wide receiver and the DB kind of slack. No, he been on the receivers a little bit, but he just ain't. I mean, that's a spot he been missing a little bit. I could say cornerback.
They're focusing on it hard this upcoming season, so
we've been missing cornerback.
They said they focusing on it, so we're gonna get it. But
joint upgrade or downgrade, and then we'll go to the last position.
I think this year will be.
I like the way the Corey Cowell played all year last year. So
yeah, because I've been a real skeptic.
You know what? It's an upgrade. You know why? Because I got tired of seeing the Brown brothers grabbing jerseys all game. I said, why these boys always holding on? Lee, get your hands yourself.
Oh he just got some acknowledgement at Florida State practice though.
Whatever.
Maybe
whatever. Now when he's at a different school, but ain't whatever when he's at Miami.
Maybe Pat Surtain got a better.
I give it an upgrade slightly. Reason I give it an upgrade too, because I feel like we got two solid cornerbacks we can leave on the island, play man with them, and be.
I already know Studio's answer for the next position. Safety. Studio's going to say upgrade this year.
South Coast
downgrade.
South Coast to give it.
South Coast, yeah.
What's that?
What's your answer for corner? Upgrade or downgrade?
I hope it's an upgrade because I've been very skeptical of the corners in the last umpteen years. I mean, God bless Mr. Couch. Nothing against him personally, but I hope I think it's going to be an upgrade this year, just off of hope.
Oh, Cuban. I just figured out what you.
What?
I don't like it. You done manipulated all three of us up here.
What did I do?
They worked out during spring break, so every position group is better.
See?
Cuban. Ooh, Cuban.
Chad, I've been on the show for a while. You should know that.
Bad.
I got traps, yeah.
Bad.
I'm like, I got traps.
I'm mad. We walk right into that, like a spider web when you walk out the door and it's dark outside. We walk.
Hey, if I could help my man Cuban look good, hey, it's cool. It's worth it.
But I know, but just the last position, I know Studio's going to say this year's an upgrade because he hates Cam and James.
I don't hate Cam. I love Cam, but James Williams used to get on my nerves.
To be honest, I can't even name who the safeties are this year. I don't know who.
I know we got a Washington safety. We got really playing championship.
Give me the name, Studio. I need a name.
What his name? Powell, whatever his name is.
This is pre-recorded. Oh my God.
We live. Studio, the answer is upgrade. We don't even have to finish this. We can go to the next topic now.
I don't know. I'm a little bit caught between upgrade. I do like the fact we do get a safety that played at Washington. They were undefeated. That's a big role. You gotta have some good safety. It's hard to have bad safeties and go undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So, and is he better than James Williams? I think he'll probably be it just makes me go back to Popo. He's saying, man, I'm asking Kiko. Kiko know everything on the defense. And it goes back to that game when I seen James Williams cussing Kiko out. Like he knew the playbook. And I said, man, Kiko will punch you in your mouth, James Williams. You keep talking that man. He know the playbook better than you. You don't know what half the time you don't even know where you're supposed to be at on the field.
You from Duval. You don't punch Dade County people like that, Studio. You from Duval. I know that's what happens up there in Duval. That don't happen in Dade County now. Don't try something like that.
Man, Kiko too humble. You know, the Samoan, they wouldn't have did it like that, East Pacific Island. But the championship safety, I gotta believe gonna know where to be on the field better than the James Williams. So now the question is, do what the boy is Harris, who look like he gonna be the other starter, does he play comparable to Cam, or can he be a little bit better? I think he can be a little more sounder.
You know what?
Was James a Manny kid?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, then he's a downgrade.
Studio, I'm gonna say this, Studio. I'm gonna give Jay Harris the benefit of the doubt because we kind of made the same mistake when JJ and Red Wine left because we were getting a more athletic tandem in Bubba Bolden and Gervin Hall. And we thought that we were getting some upgrade because we were getting some more athletic guys. Jaden Harris is second, third fastest player on the entire team. Yeah. So he's more athletic than Cam, but we got to see if the
I'll give it a downgrade slightly because he did make a good point in that comment. We losing an All-American safety. And I even though Cam, he's the gamble here and there, at least he'll go and make a pick. I used to be like, nah, man, I used to want to, hold on, I'm going to 10 seconds. If I was a coach, I would have put James Williams on punishment. I said, you can't talk no more shit until you get me a pick. Shut up. No celebrations out of you at all until you get a pick. He would have been on punishment. Shut your mouth and go make. I don't care you start them on second down. You get toast on third. Okay, you start them on third. 4th and 14, you get gutted. Oh my God, don't start with James. I'm glad he's gone. No, I change it. It's an upgrade. Because James Williams is gone. We're going to actually have people who know what they're doing in the goddamn backfield and stop trying to bully all the players around.
James Williams didn't work out for spring break.
Studio One's cranked up, dude.
He's bullying all the players like he know what to do. Everybody's scared of him. Scared of. I wish Kiko would have punched him in the mouth. Nigga, shut up and go play your position. Pretty boy ass nigga.
You need to do that. Come and hire me. I'm
going to kind of dude you want to punch in the mouth. Be like, let's go. I don't care. You finna fade me. Even you would me, but you finna fade me.
I get hired to be a producer. Can you build?
Yeah.
What structure are we missing? Shit?
We gotta go to the next subject. I didn't think that subject was gonna get this fiery, but it shouldn't have been a subject because if we would have caught up again.
But Studio, there's gonna be no safeties that are gonna get drafted this year. You know what I'm saying? Last year we had 2 safeties gonna get drafted. No safeties in this.
I bet you that Washington safety get drafted. How much you want to bet? And he might go higher than James Williams and Cam.
Okay, I want to take that bet. I'll take that.
Nah.
I'll take that.
They just pooped on themselves in the 40.
I'll take that bet. I'll take
so
that.
They might go 2, second, third, fourth round. We got us a listen. Okay, all right.
It's your quarterback.
The secondary was nice.
I don't know.
See how they shut Oregon down both games.
I don't know how good that young man is.
We got it shut down the track meet Oregon.
This is a trap. I got another trap for Studio. So you mean to tell me Washington recruited better than Oregon? Studio?
When Mario was there.
Whoa. According to people on the social media, they said, this team is Mario built, right? So if this team is Mario built, the Oregon team, right? Why does Washington have better safeties than Oregon? Studio.
That's another. That's another. What's he saying? What they say? Circumstantial evidence that points to Mario just not focusing on DB too much. It seems.
Back to you, Stu.
We're gonna move on. Coach Mirabelle.
Oh, here we go.
Trash.
Coach Coach Mirabelle said they're not in the game of a guy is a year away or he's 2 years away. You got to play. You may have to play now. We're not in the developmental thing because we're in a win. We have to win now, and so that kind of coincides with something that PB brought up in this chat a couple of weeks back, where it's like if you don't show something in 2 years, they're gonna bring in someone in the portal to pass you, right? So, with that being said, what did y'all think of the comments that Coach Mirabelle made to South Coast King?
That's the biggest crock of hogwash I've ever heard. And what I mean by that is, I understand they want to win now. Win now. I want it now. The Baruch Assault. But what you've been here? This is your third year. What have you done the first 2 years? You see what I'm getting at? In other words, like I said earlier, the definition, it's in the one of the things about coach, the definition is you develop, you train, you learn, you teach. Okay? And you can go out and get all the port. You can put the whole you can get rid of the whole roster and bring in all portal people. That don't guarantee anything. But again, yesterday they were master recruiters. They were bringing in the young talent. Y'all remember Raising Canes?
Remember
that?
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember
now all of a sudden, since honestly, dude, truth be told, it sounds like a cop-out. In other words, it's almost like they don't want to be held accountable if the talent of the young players doesn't develop like the media or whoever wants to. In other words, it's just a way to, it's like a crutch to where you bring in the portal guys, well, instant success. Like I said, I blame all this on the invention of instant grits, because ever since we had instant grits, everybody wants it now. But again, in all seriousness, that's part of being a coach. You develop the young players. You develop the young players, and you help the older players stay better and focused. It's just, you just try to make them, you set them up for success.
Cuban?
Come back to me. I'm looking up something right quick.
Oh.
Studio One.
Hey, hold on. I ain't gonna let y'all jump on my coach. Didn't I tell y'all he the most consistent coach running his mouth since? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all agree at least since Mario Cristobal? Now, well, let's say Muriel. What the name is? Hold on. Mirabelle. Okay, Mirabelle. Y'all agree the line been a lot better since they been here?
Wait a minute now.
Do y'all agree it's been a little better?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Since they been here?
Wait a minute. Because when you ask me a question like that, I'm not just going to answer it on the surface. You got to give me something to compare it to. It's better compared to what?
Just the way just the whole eye look of the line compared to the last few regimes. Just the whole scheme of our line. Just the whole outlook of it. Not just saying it's better. There's a lot to go into saying what's better. But just on the eyesight looking at it.
Studio, I can't, to be honest with you, and you may say this is a cop-out, but this is what I have to say this.
I'll answer for you.
I can't definitively say it's better because similar to what Cuban has said before, The last regime was running a different scheme. So what was required of the offensive line then is different than what's required of the offensive line now. Last regime, we didn't see a lot of tight end H back actually being a primary blocker. We didn't see a lot of 6 and 7 man
Hey
protection
man, okay,
as
okay,
our routes.
okay, okay.
We actually saw tight end involved in
Usually a cop out does involve a long, extenuous response like you're giving me right now. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. No, 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 you don't have to answer that because I was in the middle of responding to it. Was my turn. I'm sorry even brought you in to give me that long behind. To me, it's a light years better. I'm watching the game, Shad. Come on now.
studio.
I ain't never seen that many clean pockets online. I ain't never seen a big U. You know the U line?
When you say
clean, like I can stand in it. Oh my God!
You're saying clean pocket, but there's two receivers running routes. There's two receivers running routes. Of course, it's gonna be a damn clean pocket.
Regardless, when you reduce your sacks by half, that's a clear improvement. No, if you disagree with that, I don't understand what stats you will ever look at.
Let me ask you this, right?
We do it more too.
No. Listen. And South Coast and Cuban, because they're race guys, right? They're not gonna compare a drag car to an F1 car.
Okay, cool then. Cool. No comparison. I'm gonna tell you another reason why I say it's better. Hold on.
One car is only asked to go a quarter of a mile, while another car is asked to go 200 or 300 miles around the track.
Okay, cool. Fine. Back to mirror ball.
South Coast.
Last year in spring. No, let's go back to spring. We're talking about spring.
Studio's got a good point about these clean pockets, dude. He has a clean. He has a.
No, let's not compare. I don't want them to get no cop out. Let's go back to last spring. I remember everybody like, oh, our line, look, they're good. What's going? They interviewed Leonard Taylor, and he said, man, this offensive line, they doing this little jump thing and they hitting in the rear. We had a tough time dealing with it. I said, man, do you hear that? I said, man, bro, last year before Mirrorball got here, I can't remember how many times I counted a lineman looking at space, not blocking nobody. Just looking at dead space. Now they got, man, if y'all can't see us better, they being taught something better, then I don't know what you're looking at.
Cuban Dom is in here for a second. Shad, not Shad. Studio, let me ask you a question. You have a very valid point. How many receivers were going out for routes when, this mirror ball wall was blocking? How many receivers were actually trying to catch passes out there?
Hey man, the offensive line is, you got run blocking and offensive line and pass blocking. So I don't even know what that question means right now.
Studio, of course you're going to look better when you have damn near 8 people blocking on the line. Shad has a video of Restrepo playing left tackle. Do you know that? Restrepo was playing left tackle.
Maybe your boy was getting a little mad and creative. I used to throw my little tight end at my little wide receiver at tight end and run a little outs on him and sting you.
No.
This is my thing, Studio. Mario is protecting Miracle. He's protecting him because he's putting extra people in there to make it look like he's a damn good coach. I'm not going to forget what the hell he did year one. That year one is the worst piece of thing. Buddy said, if the offensive line is the worst, if they're the worst thing, I'm going to chop both of my arms. Man, I still see him walking around with both of his arms. He need to have no arms out here. You know what I'm saying? So what Mario did said, hey, I can't have my boy fired. So you know what? So I'm going to hire a offensive coordinator that's going to listen to everything I tell him. If he don't listen to everything I tell him, I'm going to fire his ass. Right? So we're going to have max protect. We're going to bring McCormick in, right? And he's going to block. We're going to have running backs blocking. We're going to have receivers blocking. We're going to have 2 people outside, and we're gonna all blame this shit on DVD throwing into covers every damn time. That's why it looks so damn good this year.
The offensive line can't be penalized for play calling, bro. I'm just saying.
But
They just gotta do what their job is told to do. And I see every single lineman get a little better. Cooper got better, lost weight, developing.
Studio, this is what I said. Again, if you want me to take it out and say, look, Dad, don't F the scheme, what looks better? Then yeah, I'll say this offensive line does look better than previous years. But again, I just can't answer this on the surface. I can't. It's like comparing like.
I understand. I already said no worries, no comparison. I understand it's hard to compare that. But all I'm saying is,
okay, Studio.
Are you hold on? So are y'all saying Mirabal is a fraud? He doesn't get credit for the slight improvement of the line, and also we're bringing in bigger bodies on the line.
Studio, I'll give you this though. The last time that we ran a scheme similar to this scheme was under the Al Golden administration. So that offensive line during his tenure here, they were good. And then when Al Golden left, we went to more of a open offense, a more spread offense. The type of offensive lineman that they're looking for was different. So I see FTW 304.
What we're about the golden era, though, our offense was legit. Our defense just was.
No, I understand, but what they're saying in the comment about the body size, yes, it's gonna be a different body size. Michigan offensive line is gonna look different than what's at Washington. It's gonna look different than what's at USC and Oklahoma because of the type of offense that you run. You can't ask a 340, 350-pound man to run an up-tempo scheme. You can't do it. So for what we are doing in this offense, yes, it looks good. Yeah, it looks better.
So you think that's good or better? Because I seen NC North Carolina beat us last year because of them being able to run that up tempo. That's what killed us. And I think it was the third quarter when they got in that hurry up offense and marched down the field on us right after Henry Paris. What?
I judge offensive line of this, right? 2003 red zone offense, number 66 in the nation. 22, we were number 87. 21, we were number 52 in the nation. 2020, we were number 17. This is with a smaller offensive line. So how could a smaller offensive line be more effective in the red zone? And with this big, burly, offensive line, we're number 66 in the nation. Please explain that to me.
What stats you read again?
Red zone offense.
Oh shit! Every time you get in the red zone, TV throw a pig. That's gonna tank your red zone offense pretty good there, buddy.
Yeah, the third down conversion.
That's gonna tank it pretty good. That's hard. That's like comparing apples to
oranges. We were number 17. With that smaller offensive line, we had better red zone offense. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I seen a couple of times where we was in the red zone and we tried to do that little shotgun run up the middle for 1 yard. Why we 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage to get 1 yard? But when we decided, okay, we run on the center, we was undefeated. We got every single first down, every single touchdown when we got on the center and pounded it. I said it took them half in the middle of the year to realize that.
I mean, that's coaching.
Yeah.
We're through with that subject. We're gonna get to these last two, and I gotta go. Spring game, right? So I recently saw, unless something changed, the spring game is gonna be on ESPN Plus, which is a subscription-based service, and the ACC Network X, which can only be accessed through the ESPN app. So that means the game will not actually be on a channel. unless you have an ESPN Plus subscription or ESPN's yeah, you got an ESPN subscription.
Like Coop says, I got the links. If you need the links, hit me up. I got the links.
Cool.
So does that make any sense?
Take that over here, Cube. When you get it.
Does that make any sense to you guys? That
Yeah, it does. Perfect. ESPN don't like us. I told you. I told y'all that last show. They don't show our score. They embarrass us. They lock us out. They do little stuff like this. When our game starts, they'll put us on ESPN 3 and keep Notre Dame game on. And we got to scramble to find where our game at. Oh.
Well, and I
Jefferson.
in Studio One, you make a great point. The only thing is, what has Miami done to earn ESPN billing? Okay, now as far as the ESPN Plus and what'd you say, ACC, NX, ABC, whatever. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if Miami's getting a cut of the ESPN Plus so they can pay for Cam and his $1 million. I digress. But again, let's be honest with ourselves, okay? And it kind of hurts to be honest sometimes, but you know what has Miami done to earn a ACC network slot or ESPN? You know, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not. I mean, I'm just like y'all. I want to be able to see it, and I will. I can, but you know, honestly, what has Miami done to get it? That's all. That's all I'm asking.
Well, we've been we had a bad record, but we were never put on the Ocho this whole year on ESPN. Florida State, but hold on, Florida State was undefeated, and they put them on what's that damn channel? CL. What's that other channel? No, not Bally. The one that ACC contracted with, right? That new channel, whatever. CW.
CW. Yes.
Florida State played games with CW. We didn't play one game on CW, so. You know, I agree with Studio. There's some conspiracy, funny things going on, but we didn't play one game on CW this last year.
Right.
Oh, you know.
But again, you know.
What? Hold up, Samco. Cuban didn't make coincide with what you said on last show. It's at a baseball field. Space is limited. Can't have the whole.
Well, and our kind is not allowed in Coral Gables.
All I'm gonna say is, I'm sure the game is not gonna look. It might not look that good.
Hold on, Shad. Then you just say this is the best time to be the most exciting to see it, but then they don't let us see it.
Somebody on Twitter said that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like from one of the Miami media outlets. One of those. Okay.
It was a Miami media that said if you want to be excited about the team, it's a time to be excited.
But to I mean, all right. I'm gonna hijack this for a second. Y'all just bear with me.
Go ahead, big bro.
All right. So check this out. I don't understand why they're putting it on the track and field, the soccer field. I don't know what the hell their problem is. Okay, you know, if you're going to sit here and preach through the hype machine, the university preaching through the hype machine, the propaganda funnel, that this is the greatest, this is the best, this is the whatever, then don't you think you would want to have the spring game that you have been hyping the practices of the last few weeks? Okay, they have been hyping it. You got the greatest catch in 30-plus histories. You have Heisman-like throws being made 3 times. Okay? You have NFL-type defensive back play going on. You have your quarterbacks throw it into a net. They are practicing the wide receiver screen hard and diligently. you will not be disappointed as a fan base when it comes to wide receiver screen. Okay, you're hyping this up. You're hyping it. You're just making it better. But yet, when the fans, those of us like Coach Pompano, as Cubanopolis calls them, when you're paying $36 for a popcorn and a Coke, when you have the opportunity for the fans, those of us who year in, year out support this, when they have the opportunity to see something, you put it on a friggin' soccer field. Okay, you basically, in where I'm at, basically what you're doing is you're removing all the cows out the pasture so you can play a football game. That's basically what they're doing. Why not have it at an established stadium, whether it be the Hard Rock or whatever? If you're going to promote all this alleged excellence, don't you think you might want to have a venue in which to showcase this alleged excellence? And, with what Cuban's been saying about Coral Gables and their allowance of certain
pigmentation.
Yes. Don't get me started. But again, if you want to showcase this alleged excellence that y'all have been telling us about for the last month, don't you think you want to have a nice grand stage for it? And again, I know there's been talk of, well, Mario don't want to expose the playbook. Oh my God, dude, it's friggin' spring game, bruh. What in the world are you going to expose, dude? I mean, come on, man. Put it in Cuban's he's more of an expert on the geography and the South Florida vibe than I am, but go to a high school, go somewhere where you can get, a couple of 1,000 or 10 folks in there to watch and enjoy and fellowship and get a firsthand view. What are you hiding? What's the end game? I'm done.
My thing is, Jordan, we get clowned. Oh, your stadium is always empty. Man, this is a perfect opportunity to sell tickets. And now you're pretty much shunning the fans.
But again, it doesn't matter how full the stadium is, Cuban. It's the fact that you've been hyping this alleged excellence. Then let those who come, if you build it, they will come. Let them, whether it's 500 people at Hard Rock or if it's 50,000, let the fans determine who's going to see the game.
But it's all. But Jordan, what do you understand? It's all being. It's like Mario is controlling this, right? Because if he has a bad season, he's like, you guys didn't see what was going on in practice, right?
Exactly.
You didn't see the spring game, right? You didn't know that TBD had broken body, right? Because I put this on Twitter when TBD was throwing all these interceptions. I'm like, watch at the end of the season, they're going to say that TBD had the venereal disease, going to sad BD. Right?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
At the end of the season, like, oh, TBD was playing with a scaff in his leg and all this and that, right? And and all these excuses, and it's like the same thing is going to happen. It's like, brother, it's the practice are very difficult and they're tough, right? Everything we're practicing tough, and you guys are not part of the practice, so you don't know what's going on, and it's just an excuse to be built to just like, all right, I got more time.
You know what the crazy thing is? They used to have stands on Green Tree for fans to come and watch sometimes, if I'm not mistaken.
I hate this program, but what Florida State is doing this year with their spring is amazing. They're doing what we used to do with that Canes All Access, and you know they they're just doing it right, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's annoying, man, because one thing that Coach Hay says is like this team is not a college team. This is a city team. It belongs to the city, right? The reason why the Canes fan base, I'm not going to say the players because none of us are the players, but the reason why they're so popular is because the cities, not the school, they have no students, right? It's like it's all about the fans is what makes the majority of that. The city and the nation is the majority of
Right.
it. It's
Right.
not the school, right? And
Right.
it's just like
Right.
I don't, everybody's like saying this, what you call it, this AD is the greatest AD because what he did at Clemson, right? It's like, hey man, there's no, Clemson has, I don't know if you've ever been to Clemson. It's literally nothing out there, right? So they have the ability to build things on top of things on top of things, right? So it's like, this AD hasn't done anything. I was told we're getting this $100 million facility,
Right.
and it's year 3. Still haven't seen that shit, right?
Nope.
So
Nope. Nope.
basketball team sucks. Baseball team sucks.
Yep.
Girls, so
Yep.
what is this
Yep.
AD really doing? Attendance is down, so it's like, well, what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing over here? I don't know. This program frustrates me to the 10th power because this administration just sucks, and they just keep. And this is what I
Yep.
get off Mario. This admin keeps failing every coach that comes to this program, right? It's like instead of having the fans on your side, you're pissing off a lot of the fans. But I know the they pay these Canes creators pretty much, you know, Restrepo's has the greatest catch I ever seen in my life, right? So, huh? Ever, right? Yeah.
30 plus years.
Jojo is the best freshman receiver we're ever seen in our lives, right? So it's like they're pushing their narrative through the media, and it's like, all right, man, there's a lot of bullshit.
All right. Last topic I got to go. This was a topic that I found on Coach Hayes' show. Someone called into the show and said that they are hoping that Coach Cristobal, after being a head coach for, I believe, 13 years, can learn new things. Obviously, coach over 20-some years. He's been a head coach for 13. Coach Hayes' response to that person was essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, why are you saying he has to learn or will learn? Why can't you just accept that's who he is? So, but since we are trying to, we want to be objective here, we'll go around the room and then we'll get our final thoughts. But can Coach, and I'll say this, because people love to say, well, Nick Saban changed. And I remember Dolphin fans, they said Don Shula changed. And guess what? The list stops right there. You're wishing upon a star when the reality of the matter is he's set in his ways. He's going to do what he wants to do. And why can't you just accept it? And to piggyback off of this, there's 2 questions in one, because I was in another chat and I saw someone say that we're going to recruit so much talent that we're just going to beat teams just off pure talent. And my question is, well, why the hell did Larry Coker win 7 games his last year when on paper the Miami Hurricanes were far more talented than any team that they played?
We still have more talent than the majority of the ACC teams. I don't get it.
When I saw you up on the show, and one of the co-hosts was racking his brain when the only answer was Clemson. He was racking his brain. Bro, the answer is Clemson. Who else? Why are you trying so hard? There's no other answer.
That's, yeah, I mean,
There's no other
I don't know what's. I'm just the point. You know what's funny? It's like Mario gets all these excuses and we
Hold
just fucking
Cuban,
kill him.
hold up, Cuban. It almost made me think like, wait a minute. Are we on a Vanderbilt chat and we're asking
Well,
what is
we got two questions Vanderbilt.
it? Bro, that's his Clemson.
They recruit. I mean, Vanderbilt recruits better than us. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. We keep stealing the players from Vanderbilt, so you keep laughing all you damn want. Vanderbilt recruits better than us.
Hey, this is what you figure out. It's like I'm sitting there like he's really racking his brain. Like, bro, the answer is Clemson. What are you trying to find? Oh my God. Anyway, Cuban, can Mario learn?
I don't understand how $8 million coach. We give this $8 million coach all this opportunity, but we want to destroy a new coach that was 3 years. But I don't get it, man. Could he learn? No, because number one, I mean, to learn what he's an offensive lineman. He's not a he's an offensive lineman. He believes in tough man football, whatever, right? So that's what he believes in. So he's not. You're never going to see Mario run a spread offense or a current up to date offense, right? It's like basketball, right? Mario's out here running the triangle offense playing against Golden State, and it's like, why are you getting blown out every damn game? Because you're running the damn triangle offense with no shooters and nothing like that, right? So I don't think Mario is ever going to leave the triangle offense. That's what he is. That's almost like calling it now, the triangle offense.
And please answer my second question. Why didn't Larry Coker just out? Why were we embarrassed against LSU when on paper we had far more talent? Matter of fact, why is South Coast doing a Rise of the Fall series when we have better talent than every team we played? If it's simply just having better players.
That's a good question. I mean, that is the $64,000 question. In other words, yeah, there have Miami has got the talent. Talent was never an issue except for when there just wasn't enough bodies due to whatever sanctions. But the coaching staff, I put the weight, I put it all on the coaches. Okay? And what I mean is, as a coach, you have to utilize what you have in order to promote and propagate the success of the team. Okay? If you see that your offense does better running the ball, run the damn ball. If they do better, in other words, that's what the coach does. That's why Mario's getting paid $8 million freaking dollars a year. And to answer your question, if he ain't got it by now, he ain't gonna get it. I'm just gonna tell you that flat out. All right, Saban. He has a model. He has structure. As you can well attest to, Shad. Not that there's been much structure tonight, but you are a structure guy. Saban has structure. Okay? He has a game plan. He has a formula. He has a process, a procedure, whatever. Okay? And he sticks to it. And he has honed his skill over the years. Okay? Don Shula, same thing. And Even like I'm gonna go way back to Stellenberg. If you look at all these coaches, Saban, Stellenberger, Shula, of course, Belichick, he just cheated and had whatever. But these coaches who have been successful, they have been part of what they call the coaching tree, where they took a little bit of something from everybody they worked with that was successful, took it, sprinkle a little Tony Sacheries in there, come up with their own concoction, their own gumbo, and it's worked for them. But unfortunately, you get some of these coaches. And another thing, I'm going to come out here first on this show, and y'all can hold me to it, but Miami does not need to hire any more former players as coaches. Okay? But for some reason, hey, QB, you're right. Mario's been under Saban, all this and that. But if you're not adapting, if you're not evolving, you're not going to succeed. You have to go with the flow. And it seems like Mario is like, it's my way or no way. The only other option you have is the highway. All right?
Told them to come pick up their kids last.
Exactly. And, even though I talk about the coach needs to have a process, a procedure, hone the skills, et cetera, you still have to be able to compensate for any variables or any differences that you may have to, take care of. And it's like Mario wants this to be a Big Ten. I'm talking old Big Ten. I'm talking Big Ten back in the day. 3 yards in a cloud of dust and hope your punter can put them inside the 20. But what I'm getting at is, Miami has never been, ever, well, at least not in the last 40 some odd years. Miami has never been a 3 plays in a cloud of dust team. They've been let's move and groove and let's boogie oogie woogie till we just can't boogie no more. It's like you it's hard to explain, but it I guess to answer your question, no, because he's an offensive lineman.
Okay. Studio One.
Well, I could just say we better hope that sentiment is true. What he was saying, that we're gonna create more talent till it ain't gonna matter, because he already improved. He is what he is, and so basically what we're saying too now is, has the game passed Mario already? Is he already like? Because if he's not unwilling to change, stuck in his old ways, and not willing to move with the time, is the game past him already? I mean, I hate to say that could be true because he's young.
Oh no. Cuban Kane.
No comment.
Wow. Holy crap. That's
Well,
a first.
These are okay. Well, we're out here. Last words. Cuban Kane, do you have any last words?
No comment.
Did I do something to upset you, Cuban? I haven't seen
you closed the show. No, you said everything I had to say. It's this could be another 10-hour show, because I would like to go over what happened on Twitter, but that'll be another 10-hour show. People saying that we had no talent. This is the worst. What? Yeah. Just do better, Miami. Oh no, yeah. My closing thoughts is, it's again. I do not. I hope this time next year we're all saying, look how stupid we were talking about, how this, Mario was a bad coach and we had a bad recruiting class and we went undefeated, won the national championship, whatever. I want to have that show next year. I want everybody to clown me, call me stupid, and all this stuff. I am looking for that because Jordan, it would have it'll be Rise of the Fall, Rise Again series. you know, I want the
Yeah,
rise.
yeah.
I want this to
Yeah.
be successful. So I just hope I am. I I pray to whatever to Jesus, to God, everything that I am dead wrong and we have a successful season.
All right, real quick. This is not my last word, but Cuban, if things turn around, I am going to call it the U-turn.
There you go.
Yeah,
All right.
like that. Studio One, last words.
Um, I would say, I don't know, man. I just hope that 2024 was supposed to be the year that uh, everything got exposed and some other stuff. So I had a little hope that okay, this is the year the NCAA and all the invisible sanctions get lifted from us. Mario doesn't have to tank anymore. He get to play the players. He don't have to sit certain players. He get the full go. I said, is that why they creating all the excitement? Because they know they don't let them off, uh, let their foot off their neck. But part of me still feel like they're setting us up for another embarrassment. With this Cam signing and go all whack again.
And
It just seems like they like us in that state. I hope I'm wrong, like Cuban. I hope I'm wrong. You know. But I always feel like we got the talent. If they coach properly, we should go undefeated. We should be everybody on our schedule.
South Coast, last words.
Well, this has been fun. As always, I appreciate the fellowship with everybody. And, you know, the world, the world of Miami football needs shows like this. They need people like Cuban, Studio One, Shad, myself. You know, they need us. But unfortunately, they hate us. They fear us because we remind them of times that have gone past. In other words, all this that we're seeing now, we've seen for the last 20, 30 years. It's the same thing. You know, and at this time of year, in the spring, you're coming out of winter where everything is dead. And as springtime approaches, everything, all life is renewed. And the same with spring football, baseball, basketball playoffs, NCAA tournament. In other words, you have a chance, another chance to be successful. And I guess of all the things I could talk about, the one thing that keeps bugging me, it keeps just gnawing at me is why is this off season and spring practice media hype? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Why is it so intense this year? Why is it all sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns with free lottery tickets to win the Powerball? I don't what is going on? Okay, I'm not. You know, again, y'all probably get tired of hearing me say this, but I've been doing this. I've been following this for longer than most people probably been alive, but I don't ever remember this much propaganda is the only way I can describe it. Okay. And also, even though you have all this propaganda, I've never seen so many people fall for this, snake oil salesmanship. And then furthermore, like I said at the beginning, people like Shad, yourself, Cuban, Studio One Live, the smooth one, Daryl Page, myself, etc., etc. When we don't agree with, if we don't fall in line with the propaganda that's being talked and showed and displayed, well, we are not the true fans. When in fact we are the ones who bring light and speak truth to the nonsense that the check cashiers are bringing. And it's like I said on one of my patio perspectives. If it isn't love, why does it feel so bad? Why does it make me feel so sad inside? Okay. You like that, don't you? You never know what you're going to get here. Okay. But what I'm getting at is with all the foolishness that we talk about and all the foolishness that we do, it's because we want to see this team, this school succeed because we have been around so long and we are true fans of the U. And I just want to know why is this hype machine doing what they're doing? All right, I said enough, Shad. It's your show. Do your thing, baby. Thank you.
So I do have one thing. Just so you can know that I don't discriminate. If Shad, Jorn, or Studio, if you guys ever become head coach of the Miami Hurricanes, I will not like you. I don't like any of Miami. I don't. So this is the thing. I'm against any and every Miami Hurricanes coach, right? Because if any of you become the head coach and I'm going to be favorite to, I'm like, no. I will be talking hella shit about you, Shad, Jordan, and Studio. Like, you guys suck. Because that would mean I am not in with you guys. I will call you guys out like there was no tomorrow. And last thing, I'm a little bit sad because Lizzo retired. Yeah, right.
Well, if I was head coach of Miami, Cuban, you would be in charge of the PR department. Shad, you would be in part of the statistician. And Studio, you would just...
No,
you would just be there. Oh yeah, Cuban, you're going to be on my staff, buddy.
I would not ever be in your staff.
Hell yes, no. You would. If they paid $1 million for Cam, I'd at least give you 10.
No, I would not do that. I have dignity. I would never stoop to that level. I would never sell myself for an NIL like other people do. So I go to Kings practice. I don't give a damn part you go to Kings practice. I care about the damn what I see during game day.
You're right. You're right.
Go ahead. That's on you.
All right, Shad, bring us home, baby. Bring us home.
Word. 11-1. We out. It's all about the youth. We out.